Hello everyone, today is February the 25th, 2014, and this is Pirate Video. I want to discuss a matter today on pertaining to the Ukraine. Okay, we can't seem to turn on the TV every day now and not notice of what's going on, that the US and this Zionist world order is constantly destabilizing nations that do not agree with their policies. We see here in the Ukraine now that the EU wants to push into the Ukraine and have a power sphere inside that area. Now, Russia wants to hold on to the Ukraine and keep it for its own purposes. But the Western Ukrainians, because you got left and right now in the area, some are pro-Western to go into and probably joining the EU. And the others, like I said, maybe want to stabilize their areas with Russia. But the Western Ukrainians who want to side with EU should be careful of what they're asking for, because they want a better life and have a better prosperity. And if they think that the EU is going to give them this prosperity or give them this better way of life, they should be thinking more carefully, because all they have to do is look at countries like Greece, Spain, Bulgaria, and everywhere else, the countries that the EU has into it or associated with. These nations, Hungary, Greece, and so forth, were destroyed by the same matters that they were promised of prosperity. And if these Ukrainians want to side with EU, look at that very carefully. Now, other things is that the EU and US want to destabilize Ukraine to go on to the western side. Is also, we want a area to take over the Black Sea area for its resources, of course. Is drain Ukraine of its resources, drain and control the Ukrainian economy once again, to get into the Jewish bankers' hands, like all the nations they did before. That's all it's about. Taking another nation, yet another nation, their bank accounts, their banking system, and their natural resources, and of course their region of control. Again and again and again, that's all this is all about. So they put in Western-backed conspirators into the Ukraine to provoke this. Again, these people did not wake up overnight and say, hey, we want to join this and we want to join that. One side want to join with Russia, one side want to go towards the EU. It just doesn't happen this way. These things are formulated and orchestrated by powers such as Israel, the Zionist world order, and the United States. We can't seem to get enough of meddling in with other foreign nations and governments and countries and destabilizing them. We can't get enough of this. Now, we also have a situation with Crimea, where we have a city in the Crimea by the name of Sevastopol, I believe. And this city in the Crimea was just elected a Russian-backed president or mayor, what have you there. Okay? The mayor of that city, Sevastopol, I think I got the name right, I'm not sure. Sevastopol is a city there which they elected this Russian-backed, pro-Russian leader there. The Crimea is predominantly was a part of Ukraine. However, you now have people there talking about being free of the Ukraine, and we have another situation boiling up down there as well. We have situations where in Georgia, like way back when we had that they had the war with Russia, which Georgian instigated that war again to destabilize these areas and stuff Russia into a corner and limit its resources where they had once before to the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea, and so forth. Another major obstacle that Russia is afraid of losing, you see, the Ukraine is suited more on the Carpathian Mountains. The Carpathian Mountains was always a buffer zone for protection against invasion on Russia, for Russia. And Putin do not want to lose this Carpathian Mountains, because if he loses Ukraine, he loses the Carpathian Mountains, thus he loses the safety, another buffer zone of safety to Russia. Therefore, he would have to double or triple his troops movements in that area, which he cannot afford to lose. So Putin will not go down easy on this matter. It looks like he's sending in 160 divisions, or I should say units, getting prepared to enter the Ukrainian area. This is going to be boiling up real soon. Now, I'm going to have more about this as time goes by. But I just want to say this. If we are looking to destabilize Syria, destabilize now Ukraine, and destabilize all uprising, we build and pay up all this destabilization and uprisings, we have to look into our own backyards, because sooner or later, maybe Putin or somebody else is going to start an uprising here in our backyard, which I might say, you could say is, who knows, maybe the Mexicans want Texas and Arizona and California for that matter. So we should be prepared and know and look to see what's going on. And don't think what we could be doing and not get away with it. Remember, there are repercussions of what you do. And to that matter, we should be looking out for these areas and look into our own backyards, because one day we might have a situation such as Ukraine and Russia and Middle East and so forth. We are not immune to this. If Vladimir Putin wants to cause an uprising in Texas, California, he could easily do that. So that we're going to have to be looking forwards to. So let's see where this globalization game come from, because who's going to benefit from all this is only one who's going to benefit from all this destabilization and killings. They're all here to loot the banking system, and controlling these nations and controlling the people is the Zionist world order. And this is who are behind these matters in Syria, Egypt, Tunisia, Venezuela, you name it. Soon you will be seeing a civil war in the Ukraine, ending up soon into Poland and Georgia once again, and the other parts of Russia, which will be coming. And I stated before, and I will again. So I will be having more comments on this. Hope you stay tuned. Thank you.